Check out what we're making with file folders today. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. We're going to use these two to make something awesome. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for all of the positive ways that you support my channel and you support me. I have another really beautiful File Folder Friday fun craft for you today, and I'll share it with you in just a minute. In a previous video, I mentioned whether or not I would be able to continue doing my file folder crafts, and I mentioned that I would let it go on for a few weeks and then I'd reevaluate, and I'm still doing that. Some of you left comments indicating that you had just invested in a whole bunch of file folders and you would hate to see this particular type of craft go away. Well, I've created a file folder playlist, and y'all, there are dozens of file folder crafts in that playlist. So even if I never did another file folder craft, you have plenty of file folder crafts in that playlist to keep you busy. And for those of you who don't have file folders, you can still make all of the projects that I'm making. Just use the sizes that I share in the video for your paper sizes. So what are we making today? Well, we're going to take these two file folders. One is bee themed and then one is just a plaid. And so here is what we're going to be making with our beautiful file folders. I'm going to give you a closer look at this in just a minute. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, so here are the file folders that we'll be using today. We'll be starting out with two regular size file folders that are designed to hold 8.5 by 11 inch documents. So my file folders are approximately 9 1/4 by 11 3/4 when folded. Now I will be making adjustments to these as I cut them down to use them on the project, but I am starting with two standard size file folders, and I thought these two work together well, because here is what we're going to make. We're going to make this beautiful note card folio. When finished, it is going to measure 5 by 6.5, and it will be 1 1/2 inches deep. I get a lot of questions asking me where do I find my file folders. I get them from a variety of places, mainly currentcatalog.com, Amazon, and on occasion Walmart. So if I'm out and I happen to be in Home Goods or Ross's, sometimes they will have file folders, and I'll see some that will catch my eye and I'll purchase them, and those are a lot of times discontinued items that they might be selling. Or have a look at Amazon. Just click on the link that I'm going to have in the description box below, and it'll take you to probably the landing page of where I start when I'm looking for decorative file folders. So go ahead and just click on that link and it'll take you out there. But y'all, there's just something about this plaid that is just so upscale and elegant. And on the front here, I have attached a little piece of Be Kind ephemera. I happen to have some gold corner edges that I put on these. And then I have some mini brads that are actually securing a pocket on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and open this, but before I do, I am using a magnetic closure on this. So let's go ahead and open it. And when I open it, you can see how adorable this actually is. So here's that pocket that I was telling you about. And underneath I have my brads, and I used a sticker strip to cover the brads, and then I placed my magnet here on the outside because it was really hard to get that magnet placement right, but I wanted to cover it, and I covered it with a sticker. Here on this side we have a nice little pocket that is designed to hold my card sizes that I'll be sharing with you. So what I did was I took my file folder, cut it down into some simple plain note cards, and that is what I am using as my cards. Now I probably will go back and just add a white base to the inside to have some white writing space, but this gives you an idea of what we can do with these cards. When I make the card with you guys, I definitely will add that interior white or lighter space so that we'll have a way of writing a message. But my cards, when finished, are 4.5 by 5.5 folded. You can make your cards as well as your envelopes to fit in this pocket. If you're using file folder cards, I would say you can safely get 8 cards in here along with 8 envelopes. So here is how we make this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just separate my file folders. I simply cut straight down that center point. And then because of how I want my card oriented, I am going to take one piece and cut it at 5.5 by 9, and I'll do that with both of these. So I'm going to cut both pieces at 5.5 by 9, and this will give me my 2 cards. So you'll have some scrap left over. You can use these scraps to make tags. You can even use the scraps to make some smaller cards by folding over, but we're going to focus today on the 2 cards that measure 4.5 by 5.5 when folded. So I am going to take my stylus, and on the 9-inch side I'm going to score at 4.5, and I'll do this on both. And you can see that I am making some pretty quirky cards. They don't have to always look a certain way. When you are crafting, it really is up to you how you want that finished card to look. So there are my 2 cards. I'm going to cut 2 pieces of 4 by 5, and we'll place it on the inside for writing space. So remember, if you don't have file folders that you're working with, I'm sharing the measurements as I go along if you want to use this with paper. So I'm just going to go ahead and give that a nice crease. Then I'm going to take my tape runner, and I am just going to add some tape to the back. We'll take these and we can put them in like this. I'll take this one, add some tape, we'll put them in like this. And y'all, if you're watching my videos, please make sure that you're watching the whole video as well as paying attention to what's going on the screen, because sometimes I will scroll information on the screen. So there are my 2 cards. I'm going to keep my cards very simple, y'all. I am just going to take a nice little sticker and place that sticker right there in the corner. It says "Just Be You." I'm going to take this one that says "What's the Buzz?" and I'm going to put that one right there. So very, very simple cards, and y'all know that I am a very simple card maker. So here on the inside, I think I'm going to take one of my cute little bees, put it right there. Take another bee, put it right there, keeping it very, very simple but cute. And then I think I'm just going to take some of the bees that are in motion and put one there like that. And then I'll take another one and we'll put it here like this. So just like that, we have 2 very quick but cute little cards. And if you're interested in the sticker sheet that I'm using, this is a sticker sheet from Echo Park. It is from the Be Happy collection. The item number is BH319014, Echo Park. I'm going to go ahead and bring in a piece of 12 by 12, and we're going to cut it down to 7 3/4 by 12. This will be our envelope size. So 7 3/4 by 12. I'm going to take it, and on the 12-inch side, we're going to score at 4.5 and 9 1/8. Then we'll take it and turn it to the 7 3/4 inch side. Let's score at 1. And let's rotate it to the opposite 7 3/4 inch side and score at 1. And then I'm just going to fold and burnish all of my scores. For those of you who are supporting my File Folder Friday videos or any other videos on my channel by watching them from beginning to end and trying to watch them, thank you so much, because it really does help. It makes such a big difference. And if you're able to watch my videos during the first hour of publication, that really helps my channel. So now, for those of you who've not made an envelope with me, we have this intersection point right there. And all I'm going to do is cut this way. Here's that intersecting point there. We're going to cut this way, and we remove these pieces. So all I'm going to do is go to that point, the intersecting point, and drag straight down at an angle. And then I'll cut this way to remove that piece. We do the same thing here. And we do the same thing here. So you can see that envelope starting to take shape. Then we rotate it to this side and we do the same thing. So we go to that intersecting point. I can cut in this way. And then I'll cut down at an angle this way to remove this piece. And then we do that here. Let's cut in. And let's cut in at an angle to remove this piece. And y'all, that is how easy it is to make an envelope. I am just going to take my scissors because I like the rounded ends. If you have a corner rounder, that's definitely going to work for this. But for those of you who don't, you can see that you don't need a corner rounder to be able to get rounded corners. All right, so now we're just going to take this piece, fold it in. This widest end is the part that we fold up. So I am just going to add a little bit of glue there. And then we add our glue along the edge. You don't need much, or you can tape it if you want. Just make sure you're using a good quality tape. And then I am just going to burnish that. And that is how easy it is to make an envelope. This envelope size is fully mailable within the USPS. Now, if you're outside of the US, make sure you check with your local postal authority for mailing instructions or additional postage if that is required. Now, in order to seal this, you can run a glue stick. I am just going to add a strip of tear tape so that when this is ready to be used, we just remove that backer. It's a double stick tape, and that will give us what we need to be able to seal that envelope. So now we have our cards. Y'all, that is the process for making the cards. So the measurements again for the card, 5.5 by 9. The measurement for the envelope, 7 3/4 by 12. So let's set these to the side, because now I'm going to show you how easy it is to make this beautiful little folio here. Alright, y'all, so I had to reshoot this portion of the video on a different day because when I went home to edit the video, the portion that I had to reshoot was really not good quality. And by not good quality, I mean there was just distorted sounds throughout. So I decided I would come back in and shoot this part really quickly. So here is the file folder that I'm going to be using for this part. So we're going to take our file folder and let's go ahead and turn it on the long side, and we're going to trim at 6.5. And you'll save this piece because you'll use it to make your pocket. And then we'll take this piece, which is 6.5 this way, and with it folded, we're going to put it in and trim at 7.5. So if you don't have a file folder, that's okay, because you need to start with a piece that is 15 by 6.5, and you'll be able to make this project. So you're just joining two pieces of paper together. Just make sure that the joined piece is 15 by 6.5. And so when we open it, we have 7.5 on this side and 7.5 on this side. We're going to put it in the scoreboard. When you open it, the 7.5 will land at the 7.5 inch mark on your scoreboard. Let's go ahead and score at 1 and at 6. Then we're going to take it and flip it to the opposite side. So those scores we just made are over here. Now we're going to score at 2.5. And those are all of the scores that we need to make. So now I am just going to fold and burnish all of my scores. And now we have the makings of our little booklet. I'm going to return back to the original video because that part is good, and we'll resume putting this together from this point. But I will be using the original project piece, and you'll notice that in the video, but I just wanted to let you know why things look different right here. So I am going to take my glue, and on that 1-inch flap, I'm going to place my glue. And this waxy coating does not want to allow the glue to stick right away. So I'm going to take my finger, run it across that glue just to make sure that it becomes a little bit tacky. Just work that glue in. I'm going to place my clips on here just to hold this in place so that it will dry. And I'm going to bring in my Crocodile Big Bite, which is finally starting to die on me. This is probably one of the original Crocodile Big Bites, and it is finally breaking down. I had a couple of my screws to come out, so I'm still trying to use it, but it can be a little bit finicky. So I am just going to punch a couple of holes, and I'm punching on the 1/8 inch setting. And let's put that in. Punch my hole. You can see where my screw is missing right there, so I'll see if Mike can fix that for me. Because y'all, my Crocodile Big Bite has been such a workhorse for me, and I want to make sure that I can continue to use it. So I am going to put my mini brad in right there, and I'm going to just open it. Put that one in and open it. So you will have mini brads showing on the outside, but I think that they add a decorative touch to this. So now we're going to go ahead and make our little pocket, and we are going to need a piece that is 8 1/8 by 4 1/4. And I'm using my file folder for this, but I just provided the measurements. So if you don't have a file folder, all you need to do is cut your piece at 8 1/8 by 4 1/4. As long as you have paper, you can craft along with me. You don't have to use the materials that I'm using. So on 3 sides, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. And at 1 5/8 on 3 sides. So that's 1/2 inch and 1 5/8. So I'm scoring both short side and one long side at 1/2 inch and 1 5/8. So now I'm just going to fold and burnish my scores. And if you're interested in any Posh branded tools, check the description box. My daughter makes these. I will have a link to her website. Now I'm just going to go up to the second score mark, and we're going to remove these 3 corner pieces. We're going to go up to the second score mark here. We drag straight down, and then I can angle here. We'll go to this score mark, drag down at an angle, cut here to remove those 2 pieces, and then we can reduce here to remove this piece. Let's do the same thing over here. Let's go up to that second score mark, and cut straight down. Then we can cut in at an angle. Go to this second score mark, angle, cut straight across, and reduce. So now that we have this piece like this, we simply take it and we're going to fold those in, fold that in, and we're going to glue this piece to the bottom here. It'll fit like a puzzle because this can only go here, and then we glue up this way. And because my glue takes a while to set up, I am just going to use my tear tape. I am using scrappy tape, which is a very nice strong tear tape. I would encourage you, if you are using tape, do not use your snail tape runner because that is not going to hold this together. Use a good quality tear tape. It's probably the best advice I can give you when you're not using glue. So I am just adding some tape right here and another piece butted up against it. Then just to make sure everything stays stuck, I am going to put a little strip here and a little strip here. I truly prefer to use glue when I'm putting together a project like this, but these file folders have such a waxy coating on them that the resist is very strong. So I am using tape. I'm going to peel away the tape backer. I peeled it away from here as well as here. Now I can take these two and just join them together like this. Let's do the same thing over here. Let's peel away the tape backer. Let's peel away the tape backer from there. Let's go ahead and get these two stuck like this. And then I'll peel away these tape backers. And we will get these stuck. And get these stuck. And now we have our folio here. We'll be taking this piece and I am going to stick it as close to the bottom as possible and as close to the spine score mark as possible without hitting it. But before I do, I am going to take one of my little glue dots and add it to a magnet. And I'm going to take that magnet, and you can see that I placed it right there. So I am just going to squeeze. Now I'm going to take this and we're going to put it right there. Again, I'm going to do it with my tape because it'll take a while for my glue to actually dry on this waxy coating. So I am going to add some tape right here and some tape right here along the bottom. Then I'm going to peel away the tape backer, but I'm also going to add some glue. So I only place my tape along the outer edges. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of glue along the inside edge because I do want to make sure that this does not come undone. And it will also give me some wiggle room with placing this down. So I'm going to take this, put it close to the bottom, close to the side, making sure that's not hitting, and it's not. I can go on the inside, work my sticks, and because I have glue and tape, that tape is going to hold everything in place until my glue definitely has a chance to set up, and we don't have to worry about it coming undone. So now I'm going to take my magnet, put my magnet right there to catch, peel off one of my little glue dots, and put it right there. If you're interested in how I made my own glue dots using E6000, check the description box. I'll have that video linked as well. So now I can take this piece and I am just going to fold it over. And then when I lift, the glue dot transferred the magnet from here to here. So now all that's left to do is decorate. So I have my little sticker sheet. I'm going to peel this one that says beautiful. We're going to put that right there. You can already see that this is shaping up to be really cute. I'm going to take this one that says sweet as honey, and we're just going to put it right there. Again, I'm going to take some of this scalloped edge, put it down so that we can cover the mini brad prongs. Flip it over and just trim away the excess. And since this one looks like a tag anyway, I am just going to put that there. It says think happy, be happy. And it covers my magnet nicely. So I'm just going to take a little flower and put it right there at the top to finish that off. Then here on the front, I think I'm going to take this one that says beautiful. I have some scrap, so I am just going to place this on the scrap, and I am just going to freehand trim this way and this way. Probably not perfect. I could have put it in my trimmer, but I am okay with how that looks. So I am going to take some tape, put some tape on the back here. I don't have any more of my gold paper corner protectors, so I am not going to be putting that on this one, but you can still see how cute this is. So let's take this and I'm going to put it right here in the middle. And I'm going to tuck in a nice little cut apart so that you can see we do have a nice little pocket here. And then I think I'm just going to add just a couple of bees in flight. To the inside here. Now I can take my cards and my envelope and put them in, and we have created a beautiful little set using 2 file folders as well as some scrapbook paper. So please remember that the number of cards that you want in yours will determine how many file folders you need to use. You can get 2 cards from 1 file folder, or you can cut your paper to the sizes that I shared in this video. But I think that this is just so delightful. Please save this to a playlist because I can see this being a nice little go-to project for those of you who might be doing craft fairs. I think these are absolutely delightful. Save them for your 2025 craft fairs because you've probably already made everything you're going to be making for 2024, and you probably have your fairs going on right now or about to start. I'll open this one so that you can see these are just simply delightful and oh so easy. So I hope that you have enjoyed this super awesome way that we can use our file folders to create these little note card folios. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, y'all, I'm going to keep saying it. On this channel, we are doing it like no other. And I would love to have you subscribe. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you'll know when I upload a new video. As always, my friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.